Hi, welcome to Smells Like 90's Rock. I can't hear myself. I got to turn up my headphones. There we go. And hello and welcome to the show. Everybody's back. Sheila, Hot Toddy, DJ P.O.R.C. We're all here. I was just telling everybody that it's been a sad week for the 90's.
Oh, man.
We lost Luke Perry, and I always forget his name from Prodigy. What was his name?
Oh, gosh, Prodigy.
Keith?
Keith, yeah.
Keith something. I just know the band Prodigy. I never delved deep into his career.
They weren't my favorite band in the 90s. Now, I did like Firestarter, obviously, because everyone liked that. But that video scared the bejesus out of me for some reason.
No, it was scary. It was a very intense video. As was Smack My Word Up, because that was a
Keith Flint.
Keith Flint, that's right. I forget what you call that when you have the camera attached to you and you're doing all the motions yourselves. I can't. They did a movie like with that type of style a couple of years ago called Hardcore Henry. And
okay.
And I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't watch that either.
Nah, I can't remember what that's called, but I admired that.
Like first person.
Yeah, like first person perspective. I think that's what it may be called. 974-2535. If you know what the hell I'm talking about, please explain. Give me the title of what that's called. When you got the camera attached to you and you see everything that
point of view.
Point of view. Well, but that's what I say, like first person perspective. Although I think that's more of a
what was the movie
literary
called?
term.
Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
Just like
it looks like a video game.
Speaking of which, Hardcore Henry. Henry just wrapped up the 80's rock off for the last time here on WUTK Volunteer Radio. So that
he
deserves
gave himself a good send-off.
A round of applause. Let's do a better one because that one got muffled at the beginning. First person perspective. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
First person. That's what it is. So yeah, and that's what the Smack My. Well, I'll just say it because we're gonna play that song. Spoilers later in the evening. Smack my bitch up. That's the style.
It's really a great song to play on International Women's Day.
It's technically not anymore because it's midnight.
I love how we kind of choose when we want it to be Friday, when we want it to be Saturday.
That's true, and in this case, I'm choosing it to be Saturday. But I was going to say Happy International Women's Day to everybody who celebrated yesterday or today, however you look at it.
I celebrate every day.
Yeah. What sucks about Smack My, he couldn't have died on a worse week because. But that's just the song that everybody remembers. That one and Firestarter, and then I'm going to play the other single from that album, Breathe. And so we'll just round that album out tonight.
What did you get for Luke Perry?
Nothing, because he was not a musician.
No, but he was like in a lot of movies that like had iconic songs and stuff. Well, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't think he was in a lot of movies, was he?
Yeah, I was like.
I mean.
I know.
I can't. There's nothing you contribute to him except us talking about him. We can pay tribute to him now if you wish.
I was gonna say I think the very last thing I saw him in was like a really bad made-for-TV movie about him getting lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
No, he's in Riverdale.
I think that's real.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's P.O.R.C's remembrance of Luke Perry. Thank you for sharing that, P.O.R.C.
Well, at the end of it, I was like, this sucks. This was beneath you, Luke Perry.
Well, he made some bad choices, career-wise. He didn't make like bad personal choices, but he made some like didn't do the right things, didn't take the right roles following 90210, and so his career never really took off like it really could have.
Guys, he was on Riverdale.
He's on Riverdale, which is an interesting show, and I saw some of his parts on Riverdale before he died, and yeah, he was good on it. But that matters little when your career spans like 30 years to be on 902 highlights 90210 Riverdale.
Yeah, but the thing is now he's really well known by two generations, right? Because to some extent
really
Riverdale is
well.
very like 90120.
I don't know if he's really well known through Riverdale. I think people would care more about the Archie and Jughead, Veronica, and all of them.
They all know Archie's dad.
They don't all know Luke Perry. See,
Maybe.
Luke Perry was an icon in the 90s because he was so sexy. The ladies loved him. The ladies wanted him, and the men wanted to be him in the 90s. And then he shows up in Riverdale, and he's Archie's dad.
Yeah, no, so I watch Riverdale, and I'm a part of certain Riverdale Facebook groups because, let's be honest, I told you I've made my Facebook like a sanctuary of happiness. And
that's a fact.
This is the only show that I have followed that has the dads are hot Facebook pages.
Oh,
Okay.
You all have very little to do, clearly.
I just follow those pages. Like I don't post anything, but
Well, I follow Mystery Science Theater pages, but you know,
I lurk on them.
I don't.
See
Yeah,
what's
I don't really contribute. I just see them on my timeline all the time. It's like, oh, you remember this joke from the show? It was funny, and then I
Sure was.
I just
Ha ha.
Great, Steve. Thanks, and then just keep on scrolling. Great times. But yeah, so
I got hugged by a homeless person, Sheila.
we have to start the show with that.
Really?
We
Yeah.
have to start the show with this. He told me, and I was like, she has to be here tonight for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Now here
Oh
we
my
are.
goodness! Please share.
Now here we are.
I don't really know if there's much to tell. Just
Well, how did
I had
how
The
did
scene.
I had
Yeah.
I had a piece of pie. I was getting off work. I had a piece of pie.
That's a
I had
good-
a piece of pie.
great start. Here we
in
go.
A to-go bag.
Yeah.
And he was approaching me. I'm like, oh no. He's gonna ask. I mean, it was
gonna
cold
shake
too.
hands.
No, it was cold, and I'm like, he's gonna ask me for my food, and I don't want to give up my piece of pie.
Oh my god!
And I used to be such a nicer person
I know.
because I would have given it up willingly.
I
Now
know.
you're
But-
like, where can I hide my pie?
Yeah.
Well-
don't touch my pie.
He was like, hey, are you gonna throw that away? I'm like, no, I'm gonna take it home and eat it. And he was like, hey, I'm hungry. And I was just like, you can have it. Damn it all. And I don't want to like downplay the moment because he was about to cry, really.